So Google just quietly dropped this incredibly powerful new AI feature, and honestly, it's already changing the game for image editing. It's called Nano Banana, and yeah, that's the real name, and it basically promises to let anyone edit reality with just a few words. Let's dig into how this thing actually works. So this right here, this is the core promise. Just imagine taking any photo you have and completely transforming it, not with clunky, complicated software, but just by typing what you want to see. It's a huge leap forward. And the wildest part? It's free to use right now. So what's the secret sauce? What makes it so special? Well, it all comes down to this number, 90 to 95%. That's the level of character consistency the model can hold on to from one edit to the next. Now, if you've ever played around with other AI image tools, you know that keeping the same face across a bunch of different scenes is basically the holy grail. It's so hard to do, and Nano Banana is getting shockingly close. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll break down what Nano Banana actually is. Then, we're going to dive into its superpower, that incredible character consistency. From there, we'll see how you can build whole cinematic worlds with it, apply it to real-life projects, and then finally, we'll get into the reality check, the quirks and limits you really need to know about.
All right, first things first. What exactly are we dealing with here?
So, Nano Banana isn't some new app you have to go download. It's better to think of it as the powerful engine running under the hood inside tools you might already use, like the Gemini app or Google's AI Studio. You just need to make sure you've switched to the Gemini 2.5 Flash model to tap into it. At its heart, it's all about editing photos you already have, but with a level of control that's just wild.
Okay, now let's get to the part where Nano Banana really flexes its muscles. We're talking about character consistency, the ability to take a picture of one person and throw them into a dozen different crazy scenarios while their face stays, well, their face. That is a massive deal. And here's a perfect example of how it all works. You start with just a regular selfie. The first prompt is simple: make him laughing. Boom, done. The expression changes, but the face is totally the same. Then you start to get crazy with it. Give him a mohawk and have him take a selfie with a dog. Still consistent. Finally, you teleport them all to the top of a skyscraper. The background, the lighting, everything changes, but the person and the dog, they stay perfectly intact. It's just so powerful.
But you know, the AI's intelligence here goes way beyond just adding stuff to the picture. When someone prompted it, use say man and make him eating a delicious ramen, the model didn't just slap a bowl of noodles in front of him. No, it intuitively changed the whole shot to a medium angle. You know, the kind of shot you'd actually use to frame someone eating. It's like it has a basic understanding of cinematography. And you can push this even further. By literally just typing, "show me this scene from behind the subject," the entire perspective flips around. Now you're looking at the back of the same guy in the same place. You're not just an editor anymore. You're basically a director, telling the AI where to put the camera. So if you can control the character and you can direct the camera, what happens when you put all that together? Well, you can start building entire narrative scenes, all starting from just one single picture. Check this out. You start with one image, an army of elves. Prompt 1, show the army from behind. The camera instantly flips, and now you're right there with them, marching towards a castle. Prompt 2, switch to an over-the-shoulder view from an enemy orc on the castle wall. Now, it's not always perfect. It can make weird logical mistakes, like suddenly having the army face the wrong direction, but the potential to storyboard an entire movie scene in just minutes, that's just astounding. Okay, look, making cinematic storyboards is super cool, but this is way more than just a fun toy. This tech has some immediate, really practical uses for creators, for marketers, for all kinds of businesses. So let's talk about what you can actually do with this thing. I mean, the workflows this could speed up are just massive. Imagine mocking up product photos without needing a whole studio or creating custom ads on the fly. You could see your living room totally redecorated in seconds. You can prototype new fashion ideas or maybe even bring old faded family photos back to life. It's an incredibly versatile tool. And if you want to see just how fast this is in a business setting, just look at this. You take a stock photo of a model and a separate photo of your product. Let's say it's sunglasses. Your first prompt puts the sunglasses right on the model's face. The second prompt, create an ad poster, doesn't just stick a border on it. It generates a logo, a tagline, a whole layout. You get an entire ad concept created in seconds from 2 pictures and 2 sentences.
It's also an amazing tool for just visualizing things. You can upload a photo of your own room and just tell it to redecorate. In this case, a pretty standard New York apartment was instantly transformed into a jungle YouTuber-style studio. I mean, look at it. It's got the plants, the neon lights, the camera gear. It keeps the room's actual layout, but completely revamps the entire vibe based on that simple text prompt.
All right, now, before we all run off to build our own little cinematic universes, it's really important to get real for a second. This technology is brand new, and it definitely has some pretty clear limitations and some really strange quirks. So let's do a quick side-by-side. When both AIs were asked to turn a photo of a town into a winter scene, Nano Banana did a pretty good job, but you'll notice it missed a few trees. That's because it prioritizes structural consistency over everything else. A competitor like GPT, on the other hand, creates a more, I guess, wholesome winter picture, but it just invents details out of thin air, like adding a clock to a building that wasn't there. So with Nano Banana, you trade a little bit of that creative flair for strict accuracy.
And yeah, these are the main headaches that users are running into right now. It's heavily censored, so it'll block prompts with words like gun or even bikini. It really struggles to add famous people realistically. They usually just look kind of pasted in. Any text it tries to generate is pretty much gibberish. And if you make too many edits to the same picture, the realism starts to fall apart and it gets this weird 3D video game look. Oh, and asking it to change an image to a vertical format for social media, yeah, that just often doesn't work at all. And sometimes it's just plain bizarre. When you're editing a picture with more than one person, the AI can get really confused. In one experiment, after adding Albert Einstein to a photo, the very next prompt made some totally random, unnamed guy just appear out of nowhere. It's a great reminder that as powerful as this is, it can still make some really unpredictable mistakes. So there you have it, a deep dive into Google's Nano Banana. It's a tool with just incredible power, especially for consistency and control, but it also comes with its own set of weird quirks and limitations. And it kind of leaves us with this huge, fascinating question to chew on. As these tools get better and better, how does our own definition of what it means to be a creator, what it means to be an artist, how does that evolve right along with them?